What's your opinion on the Trump betting odds? I'll tell you my honest opinion. As I've said at the beginning of the thing, I am of the current belief. I'm not trying to make a show out of it. I'm not milking it. Since January, I believe it. I think Trump's going to win. I think it's largely because I think incorrectly, but people think that inflation is only happening in America and it's all Joe Biden's fault. And I think that's the core problem, and people are not going to be able to overlook it, and that is why it's going to swing to his favor, and I think he's going to win. I think that's my opinion, okay? I could be wrong. I'm not a polling expert. Now, on that, the Trump betting odds are a little bit skewed, though. I think the polls are more accurate in that it's a pretty close toss-up where I think maybe he's slightly leading. The betting odds are, I think they are skewed towards people that own crypto and want to gamble online. And that audience is going to be way more skewed towards Trump voters. Way more. It's just like, so when that's your base, then obviously they're going to like factor him winning by 67%. I think that's unlikely to be an accurate representation. So I do think like if you were betting Harris on those websites, you'd probably be casino favored. You'd still likely lose your money, right? But I think like the odds are in your favor enough that your payout, your expected return is higher, is my guess. But yeah, it's plus EV, but probably you would lose more often than not. People are betting on the election. Yeah, if you go to like Polymark or Kalshi or whatever, people are betting on the election, and the odds they're far higher than any polling place, even like a Fox News or whatever. Like any polling place would have this as a closer election. The spike started when Elon Musk started promoting Polymarket, and you can only bet on this if you have crypto, and so I think it nails it to a certain demographic. I'm sorry, what is this? What stops me from opening a casino, giving crazy odds to my winning, and then not paying when I become president? What stops you? I guess the finances to open a casino, the government connections to get it approved, the ability to get the entire country to vote for you and become president. I guess those three things, first of all. And then on top of that, the legal ramifications of cheating. There's a lot in the way. So no real roadblocks, I guess. But also, if you could do all that, why? Like, it's so funny that you think winning the presidency, that's the easy part. The hard part is getting away with your casino gambling scam. Well, if you're president, you can find ways to scam and make money, bro. That's not the hard part. The hard part is getting the entire country to elect you while you're actively running a casino that is gambling on the election and setting weird odds. What do you think about Mark Cuban running for president? I think he wants to. I think Mark Cuban would like to run for president in 2028. I think he's gearing up for it. I think he's quitting the show, Shark Tank. He's doing a lot of political tours, rallies, speeches, interviews. He was somebody I was like cautiously optimistic about because I felt like he could help Democrats with their piss poor messaging, especially to men, young men. However, he said some bad shit about Lena Khan, and so he's dead to me. He's dead to me. He burned my bridge, dude. What did he say? He said Kamala Harris, if she wins, should remove Lena Khan. That's what he said. Bernie can run next time. Bernie is the crypt keeper, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Bernie Sanders can still win the last election, okay? I still believe that. And Bernie was on Twitch today, okay? Doing an interview with Sykkuno's VTuber. So he is based. He is up to date with the lingo in the modern age. But I don't think Bernie can do it in 2028, bro. I just don't think he can do it. I do think like this election, the two candidates figured it out in the last 3 months that, oh shit, Fox News and CNBC and all these things only hit the exact same people that already have made up their minds. And that every other American gets all their news from social media and podcasts. And so in the last 3 months, they have both the candidates, Trump first, but then Kamala, have been going on every podcast and Twitch stream and Kick stream they can to try and, build a new audience. And by 2028, I mean, the decline of legacy media will only have continued. Right now you could say doing the 60 Minutes interview is roughly equivalent to doing the Call Her Daddy podcast. By 2028, it's going to be so skewed towards the podcast. It's going to be a podcast tour for president. You're going to have to go on Logan Paul, and you're going to have to go on a Mr. Beast podcast and a Kai Cenat stream, and you're going to have to blow up fireworks with Kai Cenat, and you're going to have to go on the yard, and you're going to have to do Fortnite Friday and talk to and you're going to have to do that to get the votes. Every president needs a VTuber avatar so they can do like a co-op stream with Iron Mouse. Tell me that doesn't get votes. It still remains to be seen though. Okay, here's one theory I have that is yet to be proven. I have an audience, mostly young men, so I'm talking to the right people here. The Trump campaign has made massive inroads with young men this election cycle. They went to UFC events and they went on Impulsive and they did Aiden Ross's stream and they did whatever. Like, and they've done big inroads with young men. Okay, just the polls show it out. Young men have pivoted more towards Republicans. Generally, young people in general in the past have always voted Democrat. It's closer now because of this inroads, okay? Now, my theory is that while this is true, people have switched and there is polling numbers, I think that every person who watches, you know, Trump on UFC, Aiden Ross, whatever, they're just not gonna vote. I sincerely believe this, and I still think Trump's gonna win. I just think they're actually not gonna, I think they're gonna be like, fuck yeah, let's go Big T, Trump, 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 and they're gonna type about it and they're gonna yell about it. I think when it actually comes down to registering and then showing, I see they're not gonna do it. It's not even a political comment. It's not a, I think, again, I think Trump's gonna win. I actually think they're not gonna just vote. And they're gonna just assume that all the online talk is gonna switch things. Just having been a young man, it was like, it's very easy to not do the boring part. There's so much League of Legends to play. And I just think they're not gonna do it. I truly think they're not gonna do it. That's my honest belief. I don't think it's gonna sway the election one way or another, but I think it's talked about so much, like, oh, whoa. And I think it's not gonna show up in big numbers either way. Do you think it's a real possibility that today's influencers may become politicians in the future? I've talked about this a million times. I think yes, 100%. I don't even think it's like a possibility. I think it's a certainty. I think Mr. Beast would have been the pioneer, though he's kind of totally blown a 13 colony lead, you know? Mr. Beast has used his enormous personal and financial capital poorly, I think. But it's happened. It's happened in Europe and it's happened in Brazil because YouTubers are getting big enough to have massive audiences that are direct to their fans. You know, they don't have to go on CNBC or Fox News or whatever. They can just speak directly to people. And it's a hyper evolution of what Trump did with Twitter around 2016. It's going to change politics. I mean, they're just going to have more power than the establishment. Not that it's a good thing. They're not going to be super qualified or anything, but I'm just saying they're going to have more powerful than like the establishment parties can contain. And I think it's gonna happen 100%. Do you have any friends you know that are voting for Trump? Yeah, I'm sure. Ludwig, Stans. Yeah, I know people that are voting for Trump. The thing is, there's a type of Trump voter that I really don't have an issue with. And it's the one, because if you're not like super econ pilled like me, and even I, you know, it's not like it's a settled science here, but if you're someone who's like, hey, listen, my life was better in 2016, and now everything's expensive and the past 4 years wasn't good for my finances and I want to change. If you're that person, I don't think you're right, and I don't think it's going to work out the way you think, but I don't blame you. It doesn't make me mad. It doesn't. But the person I do get annoyed with is the people, you know how like there's a lot of us who think, man, there's got to be better candidates than this, right? There's people that are like, hey, it's kind of weird how, you know, Kamala didn't go through a primary and just got it after Biden stepping down. And, you know, Trump is incredibly divisive and seems to be super scatterbrained. And it's a lot of us who think that. And then there's people that are like, no, legitimately, Donald Trump is the best person to be president. I am a Donald Trump diehard fan. He is Christ-like figure. He is a hero. Those are people I don't like. The cult of personality people around Donald Trump that's the people I can't vibe with. I can't deal with. I can't find common ground with. You know, I got no problem if someone's a little to the right of me on certain things or just generally thinks we need to mix things up. Because again, Kamala's going to be very similar to Biden. And if you're like, I just can't do it 4 more years, you have different circumstances than me, fine, whatever. I'm not a zealot, okay? But I can't stand cult of personality people, bro. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. And you get, you know, and I just feel like once you fall into that, you have to defend so many things that your principles shouldn't let you defend. It's like being an Andrew Tate guy where it's like, yeah, Andrew Tate says crypto. Oh, wait, he's got a crypto? Well, crypto's good now. I love hashtag daddy. And it's like that with Trump where it's like, you know, crypto's for scammers. And then he launches a crypto. It's like, all right, well, now he's cool. And then, you know, it's so whack when politicians aren't religious and then Donald Trump is selling a branded Bible made in China. And it's like, you have to defend that. You have to defend things that aren't with your principles. And that's why you should be a little detached, you know? You can make a choice that's like, this is not my favorite choice, but I have to make it. And it's like, fine, whatever. We have different opinions on what's the best choice, but I just don't like when people are all in. I think it's dumb. News? What's this? Trump-backed crypto coin misses $300 million sales target, raises less than $12 million. What? Wait, this is so for me because I put in 11 million yesterday. I thought I could moon on these suckers. Oh, this is gonna be so bad for me. Now I feel like I'm the sucker. Maybe there's more to the story, but I just love hearing this from Shill Gates Verified. This is a misleading article as usual. Most of us wanted to buy it, but did not qualify. CNBC knows this, but they're spinning the story. Maybe true, but it's tough for me to trust Shill Gates. crypto OG certified degen, shit poster, trader. All promo tweets are paid. All promo tweets are paid. It's just a funny way of saying, I'm gonna promote some fucking scammy shit. I'm not gonna tell you that it's promoted. It's paid for in the post, which is illegal, and you just gotta figure it out. That's crazy. That's an OG crypto king for sure. Zerpan says, probably because there was so much traffic on the website it crashed, and people said, fuck it, I'll buy it later. Feels a bit like copium, but maybe. I brought my ETH off of Eamon the Yard advice. You bought Ethereum because Eamon on the Yard told you to. Eamon lost money on $20,000 of CSGO skins. Calvin is your financial advisor. That's based. Eamon, I bought a digital NFT piece of land in a tower in the metaverse. Calvin is your financial advisor. That's based. That's my goat.